What is going on, guys? DBG here, and this is another episode of the series where I rate your squads. So we missed out on Wednesday. I'm pretty sure I think we missed out on this last week, but yeah, so I'm gonna be bringing this series back to Sundays. I have been doing them on a couple of Wednesdays, but I think Sunday is the best day to do these videos. But yeah, so we have gone quite a few squads right here, and I know we don't have as many squads as normal because, well, a lot of the squads were put in, say, for the video going on Wednesday. This series is going to be done on Sundays as well. If you guys are looking for Muggsy's mission, that will be out tomorrow. I can't like just mentally play this game anymore. I haven't got Buddy healed yet. I haven't even got D'Angelo Russell yet. I actually need to get D'Angelo Russell tonight. Screw it, I'll do it while watching the Nets game. But I had 2 games left for D'Lo. I got a little bit left for Buddy healed. I probably will do it all tonight, but man, I can't stomach playing this game for one more second of sweating this game. I just can't. Well, for today anyway. A good night's sleep and I should be alright. But anyway, let's take a look at the squad. If you guys want me to rate your teams, tweet me on Sunday next week at around 5 p.m. Eastern. I don't know. I'd probably like 2 p.m. Eastern time is probably the best time. So play on current gen, willing to make any changes. Alright, let me take a look right here. First of all, Ja for Josh Smith. Other than that, your team's elite, man. Your team is elite. I don't know why you've got Giannis in that team, in that squad for, because he's so expensive. Actually, I say he's so expensive. He's under 100k. I mean, personally, I'm like, do I even prefer Giannis to Embiid? I know, this team's class. But I would get, I would replace Ja with Josh Smith. Other than that, though, you've got a decent looking team right here. You've got a very decent looking team. So I'm going to say 9 out of 10 at this stage. Alright. Current gen, run a lot of pick and rolls with Eddie Curry and Quickly. Absolutely chicken with Quickly's release. Also like the Rim Room, RJ and KP. Willing to spend 50k. Only untouchable players, RJ. Dude, you got Costa and an all-time Knicks team. Like, this is literally just Costa Antetokounmpo. Has he played for... He's played for the Knicks, hasn't he? So not Costas. Thanasis has Thanasis played? Yeah, he's definitely played for the Knicks. He has definitely played for the Knicks. I'm just looking it up now. Because I'm pretty sure he was on the Knicks in NBA Live 18 when he was a god. Yeah. He played for the Knicks in 2016. And for some reason, in NBA Live 18, he was a god and played for the Knicks. And I'm not sure he was even on the Knicks roster that year. But, yeah, so this is an all-time Knicks team. I mean, don't change it up. If you're having success with this team, I mean, stick with it. I'm trying to think of former Knicks players or current Knicks players that are any good. Like, Josh Smith didn't play for the Knicks. The one player that I would probably get rid of would be Noah. What good 2 guards played for the Knicks that you can get for like 60k? I need to look this up. This is like the first like interesting task for a while. Alex English did not play for the Knicks. Okay, this is an actual like, you know what? If you can get Steve Francis is better than Joakim Noah, and he's better than Quickly. I know he was part of that bad Knicks team, but so was Eddie Curry. Stephon Marbury. I would replace Stephon Marbury, Steve Francis. It may not have worked in real life, but it probably would work with this team. I don't mind Thanasis at the 3. Screw it. Maybe get if you want it. Oh no, you can't play Penny Hardaway small forward. If you could. Actually, no. Did they not trade Penny for Steve Francis? I have no idea. That was just a hilarious team. That New York Knicks team with they had Channing Frye as well. Is there a Frye in the game this year? That's a pity. Channing Frye used to be god in 2K. He used to be an absolute god in 2K. You guys wondering why I haven't given any other suggestions? I'm currently scrolling, trying to think of 2 guards that have played for the Knicks previously. There's definitely some that I just completely forgot off the top of my head, like, that are really, really obvious ones. I mean, Marbury and Francis replacing Quickly and Noah might be a kind of fun slight upgrade. Oh, Jalen Rose! Yeah, get Jalen Rose for Joakim Noah. I'm almost certain, was Jalen Rose... He was New York Knick, wasn't he? God, it was so long ago that I forgot. Yeah, he was with the New York Knicks in 2006. I'm trying to remember back to the old days when I used to like read Slam and Hoop magazines every week or every month or week whenever they came out. They were all monthly. That's all I can think of. Jalen Rose is perfect. Heck, just go with Jalen Rose. Replace Thanasis. Get Stephon Marbury. Get Steve Francis and Jalen Rose. Just go 06 Knicks. Swap Eddie Curry for Amari Stoudemire. And I don't know. Is Ronaldo Bachman in the game? I don't know what Jerome James isn't in the game. I would just, for the lulz, try to get the 06 Knicks team on the bench. But yeah, this team, it's obviously an all-time Knicks team. I'm not even going to give it anything out of 10. It's a fun team. Interesting team, and it's somewhat usable. Nobody spent current gen. Run Pelicans 2018 for your offense. Any suggestions? Only have 40k to work with. Love your content. Keep up the good work. Okay, so you only have 40k. First of all, if you're not a huge Steph Curry or not a huge Dirk Nowitzki fan, I'd get rid of both of them, especially on current. Even especially on current, I just don't rate them on either gen, to be honest. Well, Dirk's alright. I don't rate Steph. Wait, you've got Larry. So I'm pretty sure you know what you're doing, my team wise anyway. And considering the fact you've got Larry Johnson, if you didn't boost or pay for it, stick with what you're doing. You're obviously better than 99% of us. Steph Curry, Gerald Wilkins is good. Ferry's good. Wood's good. Dirk Nowitzki's decent. I would run... I'm trying to think. I would probably sell Steph. And just Josh Smith. It's cheaper and way better. Christian Wood's really good. I'm trying to think of a center for Dirk. I mean, Eddie Curry's slightly better. Eddie Curry is very slightly better, but it's not like there's much in it. So, yeah. This team's... I mean, you got Larry Johnson, so you shouldn't care what I say, but it's like an 8.5 out of 10. Okay. Offense choose Simmons and KP. You're chicken with TJ, Warren, and handle with Bol and Grant off the bench. Won't get rid or downgrade. How does this guy get in every single... To be fair, though, I did pick literally every team that I didn't see. If someone spammed like 3 times, I didn't pick them. It's the same guy over and over again. He's becoming a legend of these video. Let me guess, he probably came in with the troll squad. I didn't see it, but let me guess if I wouldn't be that surprised if he came in with the troll squad with all the Knicks players. Simmons, Warren, Isaac, Thonmaker, Kristaps. I mean, your team's fantastic. Your team is absolutely fantastic. It's hard for... It's one of those ones where it's like, to upgrade, it's going to cost more than 200k. I mean, I would personally tactically downgrade Nick Batum for Grant Hill. Is Grant Hill better? Very slightly. Like, you've got Steady on Nick Batum, but you've also got a way better release on Batum than Hill. Batum's a bit taller. Like, I probably would go for Batum over Hill, but it's a close one. But again, Hill's not expensive. Isaac, Thon, Kristaps, insane combo. Bol there off the bench. At center, Christian Wood's good. I like your team. It's like a 9 out of 10. Okay, I like the 3-hunt rim run. May or may not get Vince. I mean, I was 100% set on getting Vince. I couldn't care less anymore whether or not I get Vince. Really like Rocco. Willing to replace him. Also have Riza. I mean, Rocco's really good. If you're a chicken with Luka, keep him. If not, I think Ariza at the 2 is pretty good. I think Ariza offers a little bit more defensively and just speed, or just not even speed, just catch and shoot situations. I prefer him to Luka, but it's preference. Batum and Larry, great choices. Larry is unbelievable release, but again, they both have steady, so just be aware of that. Roko, Kukoc, great. Ferry, one of the best players in the game. Mikan is interesting. I don't mind George Mikan, honestly. I don't mind George Mikan at all. I think he has some definite positives. I also think he's just kind of he's just a decent card. I think that's the best way to describe him. Mikan is a decent card. At center, you got 410k. I mean, at that price, just go and get yourself a Bull. But other than that, though, it's just like an average team that you're coming up against, like an 8 out of 10. Okay. On next, Nofo's current champion on next. Bull's 45 hops. Wiseman 3-point Grinches. If you can finish Bill, finish Bill. Okay. First of all, swap Boogie. If you're on next gen, swap Boogie for Nick Batum. Nick Batum is way better than Boogie on next gen. On current gen, Boogie's better, but on next gen, Nick Batum is way better than Boogie. Paul George, exceptional. Thon, exceptional. Bull, James Wiseman, an incredible 4-5 combo. I would definitely try get Bill Russell if I were you. Especially if you're already quite a bit of the way there. Especially, and it's not too difficult on next gen. James Worthy is a really solid player if you can get his release down. Larry's exceptional. Manu, again, if you get his release down, he's good. If not, like, there's a lot of good players like Steven Jackson you can use. If you're still, even if you're on a budget and you want like a budget Paul George, get yourself like a Robert Reed or if you can try and get a TJ Warren. But other than that, I think his team's nice. Again, it's a 9 out of 10. All these teams are just like your stereotypical good my teams without being just god squads. Okay, run Hawks 2018 5 out. Like to rim run. Also grinding spotlights. Looking to replace Gerald for Jimmy and have around 20k MC. Okay, first of all, oh, you're on current gen. I was about to say, current gen Jimmy's definitely better than Gerald Wilkins. Next gen, I was like, I'm not sure how much of an upgrade he is. Bailey Hell, Chicken Man, Christian Wood, James Wiseman, exceptional. If he can get used to Ginobili's release, he's great. Josh Smith, Alex English, James Worthy, Kukoc, Bull. I like this team. Again, I like Alex English more than most people do. So most people would probably tell you get rid of Alex English, but I am a big fan of that card. I don't even know why. Again, because it's one of those ones where it's like most people hate that have used the card, hate the card, but I just really like him. So, yeah, you've got a decent team. Again, this is just another of the just decent teams. So like an 8-ish out of 10. Okay. You only 26k current gen. So Ray Allen should not be there. Ray Allen should definitely not be there. You only got 26k. You got like, and you have well over 100k on a half steady player. You basically, if you can swap Ray Allen, if you can downgrade Ray Allen, and this might sound crazy, to like a Robert Reed, and Robert Reed's got Kevin Durant release on very quick. He's unbelievable. But if you can downgrade Ray Allen to Robert Reed, you're losing very little, but you've given yourself enough MT that you can work with the rest of the year. Your point guard's fine. RJ's fine. Kuzma's fine. Or if you like Kuzma's release, then Malik Sealy or Malik Beasley at the 2. Oh, I'm not about Malik Beasley. Mikal Bridges. I don't know why I had Malik instead of Mikal on my head. But Kukoc, Jonathan Isaac, both exceptional. Christian Wood, George Mikan. You're lacking a little bit of height, but you should be alright. You should be alright. This is probably one of the teams I would probably fear the least in game because I try to abuse George Mikan. And your bench is pretty solid. But I like the team. It's, again, like low 8s out of 10. I mean, I can't give everything 8 out of 10. Let's say 7.5 for that team. Nobody spent on current gen 300k MT. And looking for a new point guard. Not sure if I like Vince, Elgin, or Wilkins better. Any suggestions? I would suggest what gen you are on current gen. I would suggest Vince and Elgin. as your 2-2 guards. Just because of the steady and Wilkins and Elgin is Elgin's chicken man. He's got X and base. Bill Russell, I really like. Wilt's great. D-Rob, very great. I would start Ferry at the 3, unless you're really chicken with Bailey Howell. Like, unless you really go with his release. I would start Ferry and play Worthy at the 4 off the bench and play Bailey Howell at the 3. I would bring Baylor into 2. Or maybe Jimmy. I don't know. Whichever of those you prefer, but I wouldn't use Wilkins. And a new point guard. Josh Smith's exceptional. And, I mean, if you want to try using Batum or Larry, you can. They're both really good, even on current gen, even though they are both better on next gen. Josh Smith, obviously, no-brainer. Pick him. I'm trying to think who else there is. I mean, if you get a handles for days Winslow, he's not bad. Like, he's not actually a bad card. You can't get a handles for days just as Winslow. So I'll say probably, like, because of how cheap he is, maybe try out Batum. You have enough MT to go for a Grant Hill, but I probably wouldn't do that, to be honest. I don't see how different he is to a Nick Batum, but your team's good. This is one of the better teams, to be honest. This is like a 9. Okay. I'm on next gen. Need a new point guard to run. I run through Wiseman, Ferry, Russell, and Bowl. On the bench has Hoff blinders. Also like to drive the basket 1.2 mil. Alright. Alrighty. Your point guard. Replace Dame. I mean, if you replace Dame with, what's his name? Replace Dame with Nick Batum, you've got my starting 5. And for anyone who expects me to say to get rid of Mikal Bridges, don't. He is absolutely class on next gen. But Batum a point guard. Mikal Bridges at the 2, I would play. I mean, if that works with your 4 and the 5, I like playing Wiseman personally at the 5, Bill Russell at the 4. But if you have success with that, stay. It doesn't make any difference. Backup point guard. I mean, JR's fine. If you want to get Larry, use Larry. Or considering the fact you've got 1.2 million MT, if you want to get Simmons, you may as well get Simmons. Or you know what actually could be an interesting one. Oscar Robertson maybe off the bench. It could be interesting. But Batum should start. So you've got, like, that's the perfect starting lineup in the game. That's my starting 5. But yeah, Kukoc and Worthy are nice at 3 and 4. Jimmy, if you like his release, he's fantastic. Again, he's one of the many 3-and-D guys that do all do the same thing. I just don't like him, but if you like Jimmy, keep him. Bol, obviously, fantastic player on the end of your bench. Like, you don't need to make any changes. Look, it's like 80% of it's basically my team. Like, Iron, Bol, Kukoc. Kukoc plays at the 4 off the... Does Kukoc play at the 4 or the 3? No, I play Wood at the 4. Kukoc plays the 3 off the bench. And at the 2, I play Robert Reed, who is basically just Jimmy Butler, but plays a bit better. And then off the bench, I run like Larry. Like, this is like basically my team. So, let's give it, just because it's basically my team, let's give it like a 9.5 out of 10. Even though it doesn't deserve that rating, it's probably like an 8.8 out of 10. Let's just give it 9.5 because it's basically my team. No money spent. So we got 3 teams to go here. No money spent. I 300 all game. I do pick and pop and ISO. Was on a video a while back and was the one with Aaron Baines Diamond at center. Okay. You're on current gen, so Ginobili over Tyreek 100% of the time. Moncrief's interesting because I'm not going to say to get rid of Moncrief because I like him. If you have success 300 with him because he's got base 28, stick with it. Mikan is a little bit slow for current gen. Bam's a bit too small to play center. Tyreek, again, I don't really like the fact that he's got half steady on current. Ariza's really good, and if you really like Trevor Ariza, if you're on current gen, honestly, I would put in Jalen Rose the 2 and replace Mikal Bridges. Mikal Bridges is better on next gen, and Jalen Rose and Trevor Ariza are basically the same card, but one's left-handed, one's right-handed. So if you're used to that release, well, not even if you're used to it, it's just 2 of the players the same release, which helps. Then you get Rashard Lewis, who's a very, very solid player, especially on current gen. Serge Ibaka is really good, especially on current gen as well. A little bit small team, to be honest, but I don't mind it. I think it's got you got a lot of decent players in there. It's one of the weaker teams we've seen today, but it's still not a bad team. Okay, so second last team right here. A little bit of a shorter episode than normal. Love the vids, keep up the grind. Current gen no money spent. D'Antoni as head coach. Man, that's 70k for a coach. I haven't bought D'Antoni all year. I've been just using Frank Vogel since like day one. Run your offense through Magic or Mikal Bridges or Embiid. I run 5 out mostly ISO. Magic and Joel are your favorite players right now. Open to replacing anyone else though. Okay. I wouldn't replace anyone except Magic and Joel Embiid. Alright, I wouldn't ask you to replace either of them, to be honest. They're both decent value players. I mean, is swapping T-Mac for DeRozan that crazy? I assume T-Mac's a lot more expensive than DeRozan because they're basically the same card. Ginobili is a very solid player, especially on current gen. Mikal Bridges is good. Barely Howell I like Jonathan Isaac. Embiid is Embiid. He's a beast. Your power forward center combo is great. I like this team. Again, it's just these teams are all like the same level. They're all like the same level. Again, it's like an 8 to a 9 out of 10. Okay, current gen 680k MT. Willing to sell anyone, make adjustment, run Hawks freelance, and just finish Bill Russell. Okay, so current gen, you got Roko, which is interesting. KD's a beast. Paul George is a beast. Danny Ferry's a beast. Your starting lineup's incredible. If you got 680k, I assume you got range on Kareem. I'm not the highest on Kareem, to be honest. I would honestly play Wiseman instead of Kareem, and they're around the same price. Actually, Wiseman's a bit cheaper, but if you like Kareem, stick with Kareem. Bol and Wilt, they're a very solid combo. And again, maybe I try out Wiseman if you have that MT. If you do like Wiseman, his peak, if you do like him, is better than Kareem and Wilt. Roko, I mean, if you're just using him as a cone, I can't say to get rid of him because, again, like, if you're using him in the way that I use him, Mikal Bridges, just to hit wide open threes, then, like, he works perfectly fine there. So, yeah, I like this team. And that's it. That is the video, lads. That is the first one of these I've done in 2 weeks, is the I Rate Your Team. So, yeah, that is pretty much it. Let me know in the comment section if you guys agree or disagree with anything. And if you want me to rate your team, tweet me next Sunday at around 2 p.m. Eastern Time with hashtag #RateMyTeam, as well as putting in a little bit of a description. So anyway, that's the video. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.